Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning used to always strike twice. As the title has implied, or not even implied, as it has explicitly said, this is going to be the series finale of Lightning Storm. I'm sure that this has kind of been a long time coming. For many of you, you probably thought that I already posted the end of Lightning Storm multiple times over the last basically year. And I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. But regardless of what the future holds, I am ending this series here on Untitled Topics with this episode, the 227th episode of Lightning Storm. And I thought, you know, for the last multiple years, I shot this in my dorm for a lot of it, starting out in front of my display and also at my computer for most of it. And then I shot in a different dorm location when I was working on an internship, and I shot it in my room that I'm in right now at my computer for most of the rest of Lightning Storm. It started out that I shot this in front of these shelves, and I shot it in front of the shelf in the corner over there, and my room has been gradually falling apart and getting more messier since the days of that, which is kind of why I changed the filming location. But I thought for this we would break out the clip-on mic, see how that's working. I would stand in front of the shelves again. These are the same shelves from 2020. They're very different now. Obviously, we have Zord's Ascension Project stuff here, Tommy stuff. It's been an interesting couple of months, obviously. We have two stories to talk about here today. And I think the first one should be the big one. Usually I kind of save that towards the end. But we'll go ahead and start with the thing that everybody wants me to talk about, and that is the Playmates announcement from last week. Now, this is old news in terms of the news cycle by a long shot. By the time you guys are seeing this episode, it will have been close to 2 weeks since that news came out, and I didn't make a single video about it. I barely made any kind of post about it. I sort of implied my thoughts on it by just posting "shake my head" on Twitter. That was in relation to that. And I'm not going to get into this whole pity party, you know, me kind of thing. But as you all probably know, I've been going through a lot of things these last couple of months, especially this past year. It's been a very difficult year for me, mentally, physically, emotionally, for so many different reasons that I just will never get into in videos because it's personal stuff. And the Lightning Collection's demise has been not helping all of that, because this is supposed to be my hobby, my escapism, my source of income. And so it's been just this whole roller coaster of a ride, and it's been dead for a long time. We've known this. I have talked about the Lightning Collection's demise, its ending, and always put the asterisk of for now, it's a hiatus, not confirmed if it's over forever or if it's over for just a year. And still technically to this day we can say that. We have had now multiple statements from Hasbro actually saying, hey, the Lightning Collection is on pause, even though people still to this day are well, I'm not going to believe the Lightning Collection is on pause until Hasbro puts out a statement. They've already put out 3 or 4. I don't know how many more that you need. But this is really the biggest nail in the coffin, and that was the Playmates deal. Hasbro has given Playmates the worldwide rights to do Power Rangers toys, such as action figures, role-play items, I guess play sets, you know, all the kind of typical stuff, except for in Asia, because that's still with Bandai Asia and Bandai Japan with Super Sentai and everything. Hasbro never really had the rights to that area anyway. Also, that's a whole thing. But basically, they gave Playmates the Master Toy license without giving them the Master Toy license. I should have commented on it. I should have made a video about it. It's a very pressing topic that you think I would talk about here, but I did not want to, at all. Because I have nothing good to say about it. And a lot of that is going to be the cynical aspect of, you know, for 4 years now, I spent so much time, so much energy and effort into covering the Lightning Collection and buying the Lightning Collection and killing the Lightning Collection by breaking the news that this final confirmation that starting in 2025 Hasbro is not going to make Power Ranger toys really at all. Now, they may still make some things. They're still they still own the franchise, of course. They still kind of have the last say in things. For the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to since this news broke, I've been kind of trying to confirm this with sources and stuff. You know, going back to all the people I talked to over the years for this series and for leaks and news. And the general consensus, kind of, I understand, is that, yeah, Lightning Collection is like donezo. Like, we're done here. For pretty much ever. Like, any chance of it coming back are gone. Anything that was planned, obviously, I'm sure you guys can guess what's gonna not happen because we hadn't seen it yet. I did hear some potential possibilities of some figures that were maybe being worked on before the cancellation of the line. These were never anything that seemed to got far enough to actually be made, and also I don't necessarily have any kind of evidence or definitive proof from some of the sources that I heard this, but I heard rumors from some news sources that seemed to be somewhat trustworthy that potentially a Time Force Pink was at least considered or sculpted, at least maybe the female body mold was sculpted, and Wild Force Yellow is one that I kept hearing was possible or probably going to happen pretty soon. I guess that her actress was saying to people at conventions or something that, like, Hasbro told her she was getting one or something like that. That's a whole other can of worms. I don't know. I think Wild Force Yellow was supposed to happen somewhat soon after the last stuff that we got, but now never will. And starting in 2025, Playmates is going to be making their own kid-focused Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy line with no collector-grade toy line from either company seemingly being in the cards starting next year. So, with that, it's done. The Lightning Collection is over. There's nothing else to say with it, really. I'm still going to make some content on it here and there. I still will always love this line for everything that it was, for everything that it meant to me. It meant the world to me. It gave me so many opportunities and experiences and friends and connections that I never could have possibly imagined. And so it's always going to be a very important aspect of my personality, even though I absolutely screwed myself over by making my life have such a connection to a toy line that a multi-billion-dollar company could just pull the rug from under and murder with not even the second thought. So I don't like the Playmates news. I have nothing against Playmates themselves. I have a lot of their Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem figures and a couple of other miscellaneous Ninja Turtle stuff. And I think they make good quality stuff. I'm definitely intrigued to see what their line will be. We all know I probably will buy into it, even though it's Mighty Morphin for the 1000th time. But of course it would be. And I'm certainly going to go into it with an open mind, but there's going to be that bitterness towards it that, like, you know, and I saw somebody on Ranger Board sum it up pretty perfectly that if they even do their own collector line, it will be the third collector line in the last 10 years to try to do the same thing with a 6-inch Power Ranger scale, from Legacy to Lightning to whatever Playmates would do, if they even would do something with this, which there's no indication that they would. And they kind of said, they're like, I don't think I have it in me to start this over again and to try to collect a third line, and I completely agree. I can't do this again. I kind of have already done it both of the times, because I have everything in the Lightning Collection except for a couple, like, error versions of things, and I still need Remastered Pink for some reason. I just never got her. I'll get to it. And then for the Legacy line, I have pretty much every single figure from the Legacy line for kind of historical purposes. That line fascinates me. But I'll probably, be a hypocrite on this one, but I don't have it in me to do a third kind of 6-inch Power Rangers collector toy line, because no toy line's ever going to finish this damn franchise. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And I'm tired of pretending like it could, and tired of pretending like it would. And so that's my thoughts on the Playmates news, where I'm at, and what it means for the Lightning Collection. But if there's any kind of glimmers of hope, I guess, that's what the second story is. So let's wrap this up for the final time. So here at the end here, there is a potential possibility that some items in the Lightning Collection might still get reissued, some of the more rarer things. A couple weeks ago, Entertainment Earth had posted a listing for the 2020 Walmart exclusive Power Morpher, the just regular Power Morpher that came out a number of years ago, for a pre-order for later on in the summer. It was like $28, or I think it was like $20 more than it used to be in 2020. It was like, instead of it being 50, it was like 70 or something. And people pre-ordered that, and then the listing got pulled. and it's not been up there since then. I don't think people's orders got canceled as far as I can tell. Now on the Drop Zone page that I used to refer to a lot for Entertainment Earth, they actually have a Hasbro teaser all the way out already for August, in August 23rd, that very clearly is referencing Power Rangers in some regard. I mean, it definitely is. And so I'm kind of wondering if maybe this reissue of the Morpher was not supposed to happen yet, like until August. It maybe still will happen. So I guess there's that. I guess there is, if there's any sort of positive outcome from this, if there's Lightning Collection items that you never did get when the line was existing that you wanted to get, maybe you'll have the chance to do so, and maybe they'll still do some reissues. We have gotten some reissues recently with like the helmets for like red and white and everything. And the Morpher definitely has become very rare, so it'd be nice to get that reissued. And hopefully that does actually end up paying enough for people, but who knows. That is going to do it for the final episode of Lightning Storm. I cannot thank all of you enough for your continued support on this series for nearly 4 years. We started the series in June of 2020, right here in this room in front of these shelves. And while they look different, and I look different, and the channel's different, and the line's different, and the world's different, some things never change. Some things always stay the same. As my therapist said, things end. And it's okay that things end. And even if the Lightning Collection was to come back someday, it would not be healthy for me to invest as much of me into it as I had in the past. It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't, if I could do it all over again, I would. I wouldn't change a thing. And at the end of the day, it was an honor. It was really fun. And I'm gonna miss it. But I'm ready to bookend that aspect of this. And like I said, there'll still be some Lightning Collection videos here and there. I had some fun ideas I kind of wanted to do, some what if kind of things. I still need to buy Remastered Pink, and whenever the hell I get it, I'm going to do a video on it. I just haven't bothered to do it yet, or to buy the figure. So that will happen at some point. I still need the Draken helmet too, by the way. That's one other thing that I never got that I wanted to put like on this shelf right here by the Master Morpher. So maybe I'll get that at some point. Well, I got to get it at some point, but I digress. That's it. Videos will still continue on this channel, but there'll be different things. I'm kind of trying to lean off of Lightning Collection. It's just there's no point when it's done. So thank you all so much once again. And of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LightningFigPR, and let me know down in the comments below about anything we talked about here today. And how am I going to end this correctly? And until next time, I saw you all on Lightning Storm. The series where lightning always struck twice. Before I wrap up this video, I want to go ahead and thank my $5 above Patreon members and channel members: Jurassic Samurai, Maggot Alchemist, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, MCPC Studios, James Darty, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, Pyramidus, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Daniel Pika, Jesus Prime, Louis Carnes, Carlos Alfredo, and Gavin Greenlee. If you'd like to support Toku Topics, you can do so either here on YouTube as a channel member or on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, linked in the description below.